What's up everyone and welcome back. So for today's video we're going over a quick Q&A. So for the past week or so I put out a few posts on things like Instagram and Facebook, basically asking anyone if they had any questions they would like me to answer. Anything related to anything I might know, whether it is wildlife, photography, travel, anything like that. So just going to be a quick video just going over some of those questions. But just a reminder, if you do have any other questions about anything else, you must please just let me know and maybe we can do some more of these. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, so for the first question, this is a question that come up a couple times. And it's a question that I get asked by almost every guest I ever take on safari, and that is, what is the best time to visit the bush? I think the easiest answer here is whenever you can. The bush is great all year round, especially in this area, the low veld of South Africa, so the northeastern part. It is great all year round, so for a lot of people, they don't always have the choice of when they can come. So if you do have some time, it's perfect. Some of the differences you might find, a lot of people will suggest the winter months, so for us June, July, August. The reason for that is a lot of the trees lose their leaves, about 90% of the trees lose their leaves here, the grass is shorter as well. So it's believed that you've got a better chance of actually spotting animals. And if you do have animals like lions, leopards sleeping in the grass, you've got a better chance of actually getting a clearer look at them. That is true. But the summer is also great as well. So the summer you've got things like a lot more greenery, you've got flowers coming out. So from a photography point of view, it's something I like as well. It just adds a bit of a different feel for the pictures as well. But then in the summer, you do also get rain, the possibility of rain, where the winter is highly unlikely. The winter here gets quite cold and the summers get quite hot. So it all depends. If you are wanting to come more in the winter months, if you could push it a little bit later towards September time, it is a bit best. Temperatures are evening out a little bit, and it is when the bush is at its driest point. So you've got less water holes still around, and hopefully a bit more concentration of animals around those water holes. Alright, so number 2 for today. How have the animals been with the lockdown, or has their behavior changed? This is another question I've been asked by all the guests recently. I was fortunate enough to be here through the majority of the lockdown, and it's safe to say that what we've noticed here is that nothing has changed. So what's amazing about that is when we are here on a day-to-day basis, no matter how many guests we have, how many game drive vehicles are going out, we are viewing animals in their natural behavior. They are doing what they would have done whether we were there or not, which means when we weren't here during lockdown, they continued doing what they were doing. So that's great to hear, and yeah, from what we've seen, nothing has really changed. Someone's asked, is Kapama open? So Kapama is open at the moment, with the lifts in the lockdown rules, with regards to overnight accommodation, travel within the country, all things like that. So we are open only to local guests at the moment, as international borders are still closed. Another one relating to the Kruger National Park is, what is my favorite camp in the Kruger National Park? I have stayed at a few camps in the park, not all of them yet, but some of my favorite of the main race camps that I have stayed at are definitely Shingwetsi up in the north, and then Bachendal right far in the south. I also love Marula camp, which is very close to the open gate, as well as Tamboti tented camp. They're also really nice. The only problem with those camps is I think you're very limited with the amount of routes you can take directly out of camp. Another great one is Tenzi rustic camp, a bit further in the north as well. So it all depends on, for me, when I'm going. If you are going in a more busy time around the school holidays, I prefer those smaller camps like Marula, Tamboti, and Tenzi. But if you are going out of season, the bigger camps like Shingwetsi or Bachendal are also great. I try and avoid, if possible, the really big camps, Skukuza, Lower Sabi, Satara. The game view in there is generally very good, but for me it's just a little bit too crowded. Alright, so this is number 5, I think. What is my wildlife sighting wish list? This is quite a difficult one, I think, especially in this area. Most in terms of species that I have seen, I think I've covered almost all of them. But they haven't really been good sightings. Sightings I haven't really been able to photograph or really be able to watch and appreciate the animals, what they're doing and their behavior. So things like aardvark, I've only actually seen one in my life. And things like serval, also one. Caracals, I've seen a few, but never been really good sightings. So I think those more secretive animals I would love to see more of. And as I travel a bit more within the country, I'm wanting to see your 2 fox species, things like aardwolf, brown hyena, and those kinds of animals. Yeah, I think repeating a sighting like this one behind me wouldn't be too bad either. Definitely anything special like that. I would love to witness a leopard kill start to finish as well, something I haven't actually witnessed yet. But yeah, I think that's it for now. Someone's asked, teach me how to find pangolins like you do. So I think I have been lucky. I've been lucky enough to actually see 9 of them in my life. But I think with the big poaching crisis we have on pangolins at the moment, I'm not going to share too many details, but it basically does relate to time of the year when they are more active, and also specific locations that they have a bit more success with them. So Dylan, I will send you a private message. Got a message from Facebook, question coming from Facebook. How are we doing with the poaching crisis at the moment in regards to your rhinos? So a difficult one. I think, in terms of statistics and numbers, it is slightly better than the previous few years. It is obviously still a massive problem, and it's something that's not going to stop unless we can, work on the source and the education of the source market. The people doing the actual poaching locally, it's just purely for the money. So for them, catching them and arresting them is not going to actually change anything. We need to actually cut it off at the source. So that's something I try and do with my social media, at least. A lot of people feel the need not to post pictures of rhinos online. I feel like it's a way of being able to educate people about rhinos. I don't have locations set on any of my photos anyway. I never specify where I've seen rhinos, so for me it's a way of actually educating people how amazing rhinos are, and just about the problem that we are facing. And there are hundreds of conservation programs out there looking after our rhinos, and they're doing an incredible job, so we just hope that they can keep going. But the sad thing is they all basically rely on donations and funding. So if you do have any questions, if you are wanting to possibly donate any money to some of those rhino causes, just let me know. There is one I have donated to in the past. When I sell photographs, I take a cut and I give them to them. They're based in the area, and they also do some great work. So we're going to end off on a question on a slightly different note. The question was, how do you become an ambassador of a coffee brand, or how did you become? The answer is I'm not. I wish I did know. So if anyone does know, or if Turbid, or if you are watching from Cape Town or KwaZulu-Natal, you must definitely let me know. I'm definitely interested. But I think that's about it. Thanks to everyone who did send in the questions. Once again, if you do have any more, you can just let me know anytime. We can hopefully do some more of these. And thanks for watching.